Sit back and enjoy an hour of fascinating facts you didn't know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started.
The Malm whale on display at the Natural History Museum of Gothenburg in Sweden is the only taxidermied blue whale specimen in the world. In the past, visitors were able to enter the whale and have dinner inside, but this is no longer allowed. This whale was captured in 1865 off the coast of Arna and measures approximately 52.5 feet in length. The taxidermy process was carried out by August Wilhelm Malm, a museum curator who devoted 3 years to its preparation. Today, the whale remains one of the museum's most popular attractions. The city of Takikawa in Japan purchased and installed a pair of robots called Monster Wolf after bears were found roaming through its neighborhoods. Local authorities said that since then, there have been no further encounters. These robots are not very advanced, but they are quite intimidating. The Monster Wolf has a furry, four-legged body, a blonde mane, and bright, fierce red eyes. When their motion detectors are activated, the robot moves its head, turns on its lights, and emits 60 different sounds, ranging from wolf howls to machine noises. Courtney Olson, a bodybuilder, broke 3 watermelons in just 7 seconds during the opening of her clothing store in Las Vegas, setting a world record. Olson has been recognized for her strength and musculature in several television documentaries, including Season 3 of Superhumans, produced by Stan Lee, where scientists stated that she had the strongest thighs on the planet. This is Zeus, a small, blind owl whose eyes look like a starry sky. His uniqueness is due to an accident he had several years ago. In 2012, he crashed into a house in California and suffered significant damage to his eyeballs. He was taken to a refuge, but there was nothing that could be done. The inside of his eyes transformed over time, and the white spots that look like stars are actually blood clots caused by the impact. Today, he lives at the Learning Center shelter in California. What you are seeing is a mosquito burger, or kunga as it is called in Africa. Each burger contains around 500,000 mosquitoes and has 7 times more nutritional value than a regular meat burger. The collection of mosquitoes dates back to 1865, during the rainy season, as a solution to plagues and as a way to take advantage of a sustainable source of nutrition, considering that nearly 60% of a mosquito's body is protein. It is said that its flavor is similar to caviar. Meet Mochi, the dog with the longest tongue in the world. Mochi is a lovely Saint Bernard who was adopted by a couple who found her at an animal shelter when she was 2 years old. She seemed like a normal dog. However, she had a very long tongue, measuring almost 7.5 inches, which earned her a Guinness World Record. Her owners say that because of this trait, she often experiences minor breathing difficulties, which makes her care delicate. Even so, they are very happy to have her. Japanese airlines such as Japan Airlines stand out for their meticulous attention to handling their customers' luggage. They implement strict and detailed policies to ensure that baggage is treated with the utmost care. In comparison, in other countries, the attention and care with which luggage is handled can vary significantly, which can lead to less satisfactory experiences for travelers. On the island of Yap in Micronesia, money is made of stones called rai. These stones are large limestone discs with a hole in the center. Their value depends on their size and the history associated with them. The larger they are and the more history they have, the more valuable they are. The inhabitants know who owns all the large stones, and due to their size and weight, the stones are rarely moved. In a transaction involving a very large rai, the new owner agrees that the stone remains in the same place as long as it is recognized as belonging to them. Quaking aspen trees, known as aspen in English, can grow to approximately 49 feet tall and are known for developing marks on their bark that resemble eyes. These marks, caused by fallen branches, create a distinctive appearance on the tree trunks. Hypertrichosis, also known as werewolf syndrome, is an extremely rare condition characterized by excessive hair growth all over the body. Only around 50 cases of congenital hypertrichosis lanuginosa, the rarest variant of the syndrome, have been documented since the Middle Ages. For hair prosthetics, a plastic mold is used as a base to place the artificial hair. Once the mold is prepared, the hair is attached with a special adhesive, ensuring that the prosthesis stays securely on the user's head. This process makes it possible to create hair prosthetics that look natural and offer an effective solution for those who need to cover areas without hair. Under a microscope lens, your phone screen reveals its complex structure made up of tiny pixels. These emit light in different colors to form the images you see every day. Each pixel is made up of red, green, and blue subpixels that, when combined, produce the spectrum of colors visible to the human eye. This is how they made the shark for the movie Jaws in 1975. This film was very famous in the last century and is now considered a classic. But as you can imagine, filming a real shark was not feasible at the time. There was no CGI or computers capable of generating a shark, so they had to do a great deal of engineering work to ultimately create this impressive animal. How many Big Macs would you eat in a week? Certainly not as many as Donald Gorski, an American who holds a world record for having consumed more than 36,000 Big Macs in his lifetime. This man ate his first McDonald's hamburger in 1972, and since then has not stopped, devouring up to 8 per day, while keeping the receipt and the box from each one. The most impressive thing is that even with this diet, he enjoys good health. Volvo trucks feature a hydraulic steering system called Volvo Dynamic Steering that provides smooth and precise handling. To demonstrate how easy it is to steer, Volvo carried out a test in which a hamster named Charlie turned the steering wheel of a Volvo truck with the help of the carrot. This experiment highlighted the effectiveness of the system by showing that even a small animal could maneuver the vehicle effortlessly. The advertising campaign was a success and drew attention to the advanced technology of Volvo trucks. Tigers are the largest felines in the world. Males can reach sizes between 6.5 and 9.8 feet, including the tail. Their imposing size makes them larger than other felines, such as lions, jaguars, and leopards. Seeing a comparative photo of a tiger next to a human highlights their enormous size even more. In February of 2019, several chimpanzees attempted to escape from their enclosure at the Belfast Zoo in Northern Ireland. They used a tree branch as an improvised ladder. Only one of them managed to get over the other side of the enclosure wall. Fortunately, this chimpanzee was quickly rescued by zookeepers, preventing any major incident. The American company Illegal Chips has developed artificial flavors of products that are prohibited in its country. They have released 3 flavors: Casu Marzu, a cheese with maggots that is banned in almost the entire world; pufferfish meat, which is poisonous and can be deadly; and horse meat, whose consumption is illegal in the United States. These flavors have been a major success and are currently sold out. A rare genetic condition causes some hedgehogs to be born without spines. Due to the lack of their protective quills, these hedgehogs have little chance of surviving in the wild, as they cannot defend themselves from predators or protect themselves from harsh environmental conditions. However, these spineless hedgehogs can live in captivity under special care, away from natural dangers. This position is known as the banana pose, a term used by scientists. Seals adopt this posture when they feel safe and happy. In addition, they do it to regulate their body temperature and keep their extremities dry. The 1960 horror movie 13 Ghosts came with a viewer that had 2 colored strips, one blue and one red. The idea was to use them whenever one of the characters in the film put on special glasses to see ghosts. If you looked through the blue strip, you could not see the ghosts, but if you used the red one, you could. In Bangladesh, it is common to see overcrowded trains, especially during holidays. Many students and workers who cannot afford a train ticket climb onto the roofs of the cars or cling to the sides of the trains to return to their homes. Although this practice is dangerous, for many it represents the only option due to the lack of affordable transportation. Michael Tolotos, also known as Mihailo Tolotos, was born in 1856 in Greece and was raised in the monastery of Mount Athos, where women are forbidden. His mother died hours after his birth, and he was raised by the monks of the monastery. He spent his 82 years of life without ever having seen a woman. Kintsugi is a Japanese art form that consists of repairing broken porcelain objects with old. It proposes that breaks and repairs are part of an object's history and should be shown rather than hidden. The scars of our mistakes make us stronger. This material, known as Marinatex, was created by Lucy Hughes, a British student at the University of Sussex. Marinatex is a bioplastic made from fish waste and red algae. It's an environmentally friendly alternative to traditional plastic because it's biodegradable and breaks down over a period of 4 to 6 weeks. In addition, it's translucent, flexible, and durable. In Somalia, the president of the Athletics Federation sent her niece to compete in an international sporting event. The niece finished the race in twice the expected time, which resulted in the president being removed from her position. Meet the human-faced bug, scientifically called Catacanthus incarnatus. It has a shell that resembles a human face with a prominent nose. This insect lives in India and Southeast Asia and belongs to the shield bug family. A social media user in China known as Justin Built Cars created an extra-wide version of the Volkswagen Lamando. This modified car measures nearly 9.8 feet wide and has space for 8 passengers. The car has an unusual seating configuration, with 3 seats in the front and 5 in the back. Movile Cave in Romania was discovered in 1986 and has been sealed for more than 5 million years. Its low-oxygen water is rich in hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide. Despite these toxic conditions, the cave hosts a unique ecosystem with 48 species, of which 33 are endemic. Most of these creatures are blind and lack pigmentation. The Greenland shark is the longest living known vertebrate, with a life expectancy that can reach 400 years. Specimens of up to 512 years have been recorded. They live at depths of up to 6,562 feet, where the temperature is around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which slows their metabolism. This contributes to their longevity. Greenland sharks do not reach maturity until approximately 150 years of age. In March of 2023, during the ProMat trade show in Chicago, the humanoid robot Digit, developed by Agility Robotics, fainted after performing continuous demonstrations for approximately 20 hours. At one point, while carrying boxes in front of attendees, the robot collapsed and fell to the ground. The incident quickly went viral on social media, generating a large number of reactions online. Apples contain a variety of vitamins, minerals, phytochemical compounds, and water. Approximately 25% of their volume is made up of air, which is what makes them float in water. When apples are cut or peeled, the phenolic compounds oxidize upon contact with oxygen in the air, which causes the apple to turn brown. The origin of the universe is a subject of study in cosmology. The most widely accepted theory is the Big Bang, which proposes that the universe began as an extremely hot and dense singularity about 13,800 million years ago. Since then, the universe has undergone expansion and evolution, leading to the formation of galaxies, stars, planets, and other cosmic structures. Meet Louis, a lobster 132 years old. Louis was part of a restaurant aquarium for 20 years until the owner decided to release it in 2017 in honor of National Lobster Week. Louis weighed 22 pounds when released and was quite large, making it unlikely to become prey for any predator. This is how a dolphin is born. These animals are known for being highly intelligent, but very few people know the curious way in which they give birth. Dolphin calves do not emerge head first at birth, but instead show their tail first, followed by the rest of the body. In this way, they breathe calmly until the very last moment inside the mother's womb and avoid the risk of suffocation during birth. The largest school in the world is located in India. It is called City Montessori School and was founded in 1959 by Jagdish Gandhi and his wife Bharti Gandhi. The school has experienced massive growth and currently has more than 55,000 students. Not only does it hold the Guinness record for its size and capacity, but it has also received prestigious awards, such as the UNESCO Prize for Peace Education in 2002. The institution offers an education focused on instilling values such as peace and tolerance. In addition, the school has been praised for its approach to inclusive education, serving as a model for other educational institutions in India and beyond. The phenomenon known as the Kopp-Etchells effect occurs when a helicopter's rotor blades produce rings of light as they collide with sand particles dispersed in the air. This effect is named after Benjamin Kopp and Joseph Etchells, two former soldiers of the United States Army. The friction between the sand particles and the helicopter blades generates a glowing circle around the rotors, creating a spectacular and astonishing optical illusion. Meet the giant freshwater stingray known as Chao Phraya. It inhabits the basins of the Chao Phraya and Mekong rivers in Southeast Asia. This fascinating creature can reach an impressive weight of up to 1,323 pounds and measure up to 16.4 feet long, with a stinger measuring more than 15 inches. Its toxic venom causes intense pain and nausea. Swimmers should be cautious, as the Chao Phraya stingray sometimes strikes feet and legs, causing swelling and pain. The seeds of the dandelion plant are hydrophobic. The word bank comes from the Italian term banca, which referred to the benches or tables of money changers in the Middle Ages. These money changers carried out financial transactions and currency exchanges at benches located in public squares. When a money changer could not meet their obligations, their bench, or banca, was broken as a sign of failure. From this came the word bankruptcy, which literally means broken bench. The company Little Raft Treats, founded by Cynthia Wong, is famous for its original ice cream desserts that imitate other foods. One of its best-known products is not fried chicken, which is ice cream with a cookie base but looks like fried chicken. In Home Alone, the famous 1990 Christmas movie, there is a scene where Kevin finds a photo of his brother Buzz's girlfriend. What many people do not know is that the photo does not actually show a girl, but rather the son of the art director wearing a wig and women's clothing. The child really wanted to appear in that scene and obviously did not hesitate when he received the offer.
In China, there is a peculiar method for making popcorn without oil. Corn is placed in a container that builds up pressure as it heats. After a few minutes, the accumulated pressure is released, creating an explosion that turns the corn into popcorn.
At Many Chef Lego, located inside the Lego house in Billund, Denmark, you can place your food order using Lego bricks. Each dish corresponds to a specific color and a different brick. You simply place the pieces for the dishes you want into a cartridge and then insert it into a machine. If everything is correct, the Lego mini chefs will prepare your food and deliver it through a conveyor belt, assisted by friendly robots.
Meet Catherine Sullivan, a pioneer in exploration. She was the first American woman to perform a spacewalk in 1984 during a NASA mission. In 2020, at 68 years old, she became the first woman to reach the deepest point of the ocean, the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench, at nearly 6.8 miles deep. To this day, she is the only person to have achieved both feats, standing out as a unique figure in the history of exploration. To manufacture giant springs for ships and heavy machinery, enormous metal rods are used. These rods are heated in a furnace until they reach a specific temperature. Once heated, they are given their characteristic shape through forming processes. The springs are then cooled to ensure durability and strength. The famous photo of Albert Einstein sticking out his tongue was taken on March 14, 1951, during the celebration of his 72nd birthday in Princeton. Einstein was irritated by the insistence of the photographers and, in a gesture of frustration, decided to stick out his tongue. Photographer Arthur Sass captured the moment, and the image became one of the most iconic photos of Einstein, representing his irreverent and playful personality. Statues of Ronald McDonald sitting on benches have been a common feature in McDonald's restaurants for many years. These statues were mass-produced, and this is the mold that was used to make them. The packaging process of Neapolitan ice cream involves the precise dispensing of 3 flavors, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry, into a single container. This is achieved using specialized machinery that ensures uniform and orderly distribution. Residents of northwestern Pakistan are forced to risk their lives just to cook in their homes by transporting natural gas in large plastic bags. These walking bombs are a solution to the lack of infrastructure for gas supply in their homes and the high cost of energy. Are you curious to know the time when people tend to be the happiest? The happiest time for people is at 7 in the evening. These peculiar drawings are made using a typewriter. They are created by the urban artist James Cook, who types every detail of faces, animals, objects, and architectural illustrations that emerge from the combination of letters, numbers, and punctuation marks on sheets of paper. Each piece is composed of more than 100,000 characters and can take up to 3 months to complete. Belgian draft horses are known for their great strength and ability to pull heavy loads. There are demonstrations where these horses can be seen dragging enormous amounts of weight, including several people, as in this video. The shape of Pringles potato chips is a hyperbolic paraboloid. This shape gives them their characteristic crunch, makes them easier to stack, and prevents them from breaking easily. The leaves of the succulent Senecio peregrinus, also known as the dolphin chain or dolphin necklace, have a shape that resembles jumping dolphins. This unique characteristic makes it a very popular plant among succulent enthusiasts. Believe it or not, sand can also behave like a liquid. As you can see, it acts like a fluid rather than a solid. And to achieve this, air must be pumped from the bottom through a network of pipes with holes. The air causes the grains of sand to separate from one another, making the friction between them nearly non-existent, and causing the sand to behave in such a way that it appears liquid. The most important animal for the planet is the bee, which not only produces honey, but is essential for the pollination of many plants. Without them, the reproduction of fruits, vegetables, and flowers would be severely affected, destabilizing ecosystems and the food chain. So, although they are small, their impact is enormous. Tomatoes are fruits, not vegetables. Although they are often considered vegetables in cooking, tomatoes are botanically fruits because they develop from the ovary of a flower and contain seeds. This distinction became evident in the United States legal case Nix in 1893.
The Acambaro figures were discovered in 1944 by Waldemar Julesrud in Acambaro, Mexico. These ceramic figures depict dinosaurs and other creatures alongside humans, which has generated controversy and speculation about their authenticity and origin. Some believe they are evidence that humans and dinosaurs coexisted, while others consider them to be hoaxes or mistaken artistic interpretations.
This is what lifting 1,128 pounds in a deadlift looks like. Brian Shaw is considered one of the strongest men in the world. He was the first man to win the Arnold Strongman Classic and the World's Strongest Man contest in the same calendar year, a feat he achieved in 2011 and later repeated in 2015.
The Hummingbird Hospital is located in Mexico City and is run by Katia Latuf de Arida. Over the past 11 years, Katia has dedicated much of her free time to rescuing and caring for injured or orphaned hummingbirds. The hospital consists of 2 rooms in her apartment, where Katia and her assistants spend most of the day helping these tiny birds. This noble effort has saved many lives and promoted the well-being of these fragile animals.
The world's ugliest dog contest is held annually in Petaluma, California, and Scooter, a 7-year-old crested Chihuahua with a disability in its hind legs, won the title in 2023. This event seeks to celebrate the uniqueness of dogs and promote the adoption of pets with special characteristics. The pocket shark, known as Mollusquama mississippiensis, is a small fish that glows in the dark. It was first discovered in the Gulf of Mexico. Despite belonging to the shark family, this specimen measures only 5.5 inches. It has small pockets behind its pectoral fins that contain a luminous liquid.
Antoine Moses is a young Canadian who has set a world record by planting more than 23,000 trees in 24 hours, as he dedicates nearly his entire life to reforesting forests. His tireless commitment reflects the urgency of preserving our natural environment for future generations. He carries out this work thanks to donations generated with the support of thousands of people backing his cause.
Meet the yellow-crested penguins, which are capable of diving to 328 feet deep for several minutes while hunting, as well as remaining at sea for several consecutive days. On land, they are not fast at all, but in the water, they can swim at 4.3 miles per hour. Currently, there are around 40,000 breeding pairs, but they have suffered a decline of 30% over the last 30 or 40 years due to pollution. In 1961, this is what an anti-theft briefcase looked like. When a thief tried to run away with it, 3 pneumatic spikes would deploy, making it impossible to carry. It would also crush the thief's hand by pressing it against the handle of the briefcase to prevent them from letting go and escaping. The thief's hand would only be released when the device was unlocked and deactivated with a key, ensuring the thief could be caught.
The Spanish brand Loewe has launched a clothing collection inspired by the pixelated style of Minecraft. This innovative proposal includes hoodies, shirts, and pants that imitate the pixel graphics of the popular video game. The collection has drawn attention for its unique design. If all animals were to disappear and only humans remained, serious imbalances would occur in ecosystems. The food chain would be disrupted, causing problems in agriculture and human survival. Pollination and other ecological services provided by animals would also be lost, which would have negative impacts on biodiversity and the environment in general.
The Fontes bottle, designed by Christophe Retessar, converts air and humidity into drinking water. It uses thermal electric cooling to collect and condense moisture. Under ideal conditions, it can produce approximately 17 fluid ounces of water in 1 hour when the temperature is between 86 and 104 degrees Fahrenheit and relative humidity is between 80 and 90%. The device operates using solar energy and energy generated by pedaling a bicycle.
When Nintendo released Donkey Kong in 1981, the main character was a carpenter named Jumpman, not Mario. In Super Mario Bros., Jumpman was renamed Mario, inspired by Mario Segale, the owner of Nintendo's warehouse in the United States. This change, along with his distinctive mustache, cap, and cheerful personality, turned him into one of the most iconic and recognizable characters in video game history. Why, if planet Earth supposedly has millions of years, are we in the year 2025? The year 2025 is simply a human convention based on the Gregorian calendar, which counts years from the birth of Jesus Christ. Although Earth has millions of years of history, our way of measuring time is based on specific historical and cultural events. The current calendar is a practical tool for social organization and does not reflect the actual age of the planet.
This Greek festival, known as Ruketopolemos, is celebrated on the island of Chios at midnight on Holy Saturday. Two local churches, Agios Markos and Panagia Eritriani, launch homemade rockets with the goal of striking the bell of the opposing church. Momir Bojic, a Bosnian retiree, created an impressive wooden-covered Volkswagen Beetle in 2015. He used more than 50,000 pieces of oak wood to decorate the exterior of the car. Bojic also covered the wheels, bumper, steering wheel, and dashboard with wood. The result is a unique and spectacular vehicle that has attracted the attention of many people. This project demonstrates Bojic's craftsmanship and creativity, turning a classic car into a work of art.
The African gray parrot can memorize and imitate a wide variety of sounds and is considered one of the most intelligent animals in the world. In addition, this species passes the mirror test, recognizing its own reflection without attacking the image.
On May 12, 2017, professional skydiver Ingus Ogskalns performed the first parachute jump from a giant drone built by the company Latvian Aeronis. This drone is capable of carrying up to 441 pounds of weight. The jump took place near the village of Mali in Latvia from a height of 1,083 feet. The Aeronis drone, with 28 rotors, was designed for heavy load applications such as rescue, autonomous delivery, and firefighting. The Drift Mansion, also known as Drift Mansion, is a famous residence that has been used in numerous movies and series related to the world of racing and drifting. It stands out for its modern architecture and impressive panoramic views. It has also been home to many sports car and drifting enthusiasts, a driving style that consists of sliding a vehicle at controlled angles. The Academy of Motion Arts and Sciences trains stunt doubles to simulate receiving and delivering punches in a way that looks as realistic as possible. In this way, stunt performers can ensure that their movements are not only spectacular, but also realistic and safe.
This is what sound tattoos are like. These tattoos, known as sound wave tattoos, were created by Nate Sigurd, founder of Skin Motion. The tattoos mimic the waveform of a specific sound and can be interpreted by a mobile application. For them to work properly, the tattoo must be placed on a completely flat part of the body and must not measure more than 5.9 inches. The tattoo's audio is stored in a special cloud and not on the phone. In addition, $40 must be paid to add the sound and $10 annually to keep it active.
In the Chinese city of Sanya, a complex called the Beauty Crown Grand Hotel has been built to resemble the shape of a tree. This complex consists of 9 buildings that simulate a tree, with heights ranging between 361 and 380 feet. In total, 5,381,950 square feet were built to accommodate more than 6,000 hotel rooms. Scientists are researching the use of squid beaks, specifically the ring teeth at the base of the tentacles, to replace plastic. These rings contain a protein called squidex that is elastic, flexible, and very strong. In addition, materials made from this protein have thermal self-healing properties and are electrically conductive. No squids are harmed in the process, as the proteins can be produced in laboratories using genetically modified bacteria. Kangaroos have an incredible ability to conserve water and energy while traveling long distances by hopping. Thanks to their powerful hind legs, they can cover vast areas without having to stop to rest. In addition, their metabolism is adapted to extract the maximum amount of water from the food they consume, allowing them to survive in the harsh desert climates of Australia without needing to drink water constantly. In recent years, several countries have changed their names. For example, the Netherlands used to be called Holland. However, that name only represented the most visited region of the country. For this reason, in 2020, the local government decided to change the name to promote tourism throughout the entire nation. Another European country that experienced the change is the Czech Republic, which is now called Czechia, with the goal of shortening its name in a similar way to what France did in the past. Macedonia also changed its name in 2018 to North Macedonia in an effort to improve relations with Greece, which has a region called Macedonia. American painter Tyree Callahan modified a 1937 Underwood Standard typewriter, replacing the original letters and keys with colored pads and tone labels, thus creating a functional device called a chromatic typewriter. This innovative tool allows artists to draw or create artwork by printing colors onto paper, mimicking the act of typing.
The film Raiders of the Lost Ark from 1981, starring Harrison Ford, inspired many people to study archaeology. Although it cannot be generalized, several modern archaeologists mention Indiana Jones as one of their inspirations for pursuing this profession. The portrayal of exciting adventures, the search for ancient artifacts, and the image of the archaeologist as an adventurer attracted many young people to this career.
The Black Night is a phenomenon that has been widely debunked as a myth or a misinterpretation of astronomical objects such as artificial satellites or space debris. There is no credible scientific evidence supporting the existence of an object like the Black Knight orbiting Earth, so it is considered a fictional concept.
The tufted ground squirrel has the largest tail in proportion to its body size of any mammal. Its tail is approximately 30% larger than its body.
Cloud seeding is a technique used to induce rain or snow by releasing silver iodide into clouds. This process cannot be applied to just any cloud. The selected clouds must contain water below 32 degrees Fahrenheit so that the moisture can condense into droplets and produce precipitation.
Deepsteria enigmatica is a strange giant jellyfish that can change shape. At first glance, it can be mistaken for a plastic bag in the ocean. Its bell is thin and wide, reaching up to 23.6 inches in some specimens. Its body expands and contracts in different ways as it moves. It inhabits the Atlantic Ocean at depths between 1,969 and 5,578 feet.
In August of 2017, Cheetos opened a temporary restaurant in New York called the Spotted Cheetah, which operated from August 15th to August 17th. The menu, designed by chef Anne Burrell, featured a variety of creative dishes that incorporated Cheetos as the main ingredient. Highlights included Cheetos meatballs, Cheetos nachos, and Cheetos crusted chicken. The restaurant was a huge success, selling out all available reservations within hours.
This is the craziest office you will ever see. Jason Griffin, a Scottish consultant, decided to move his office to a platform hanging from a cliff in Wales. From there, he works answering calls for certain sports brands while taking advantage of the spectacular views from his improvised office.
When we cry, our eyes swell due to the accumulation of fluid in the surrounding tissues. The lacrimal glands produce tears that, in addition to moisturizing the eye, can cause blood vessels to dilate. This increase in fluid and the effort of crying cause swelling in the eyelids. It is as if the body shows you a visible reflection of your feelings. This is how camera operators film car races. This movement is known as a whip pan. It is a fast, abrupt camera movement from one side to the other that is used to emphasize speed. Swimming in waters with bioluminescent organisms is a magical experience. Bioluminescence is the ability of certain living organisms to emit light through a chemical reaction. This light is activated by the movement of the water, creating a display of bright flashes when it is disturbed. Chirodectus maculatus is an extremely rare species of box jellyfish first described in 2005. It has been sighted on very few occasions. In 2022, a diver recorded a video of a similar jellyfish off the coast of Papua New Guinea. Its size without tentacles is comparable to that of a basketball. This finding is significant as it had never been seen on video before.
Mike Warren is dedicated to cutting everyday objects in half to reveal how they work internally. His impressive photographs are included in his book, Cut in Half. This 144-page book showcases various images and explanations of the components that make up the devices we use daily. The photos and descriptions provide a fascinating look into the hidden world inside everyday objects, offering readers a unique and educational perspective.
Car tires are made of rubber, a material resistant to high temperatures and road irregularities. Normally, tires have between 14 and 16 psi of air pressure and must support the weight of the vehicle and its passengers. This pressure allows the tires to deform slightly when passing over obstacles, ensuring a safer and more comfortable ride. Cleaner fish, such as the cleaner goby, provide a cleaning service to other fish by removing parasites and dead tissue from their bodies. This mutualistic interaction benefits both species, as the cleaner fish obtain food and the fish being cleaned benefit from remaining free of parasites.
The ACX Power Ascender is an ultralight device that makes movement easier in hard-to-reach work environments. Powered by batteries, it allows users to move up, down, left, and right without muscular effort. With this device, it is possible to reach any required working position in complex environments, reducing physical exhaustion and making previously inaccessible places reachable.
Amphibious vehicles do exist and are capable of operating both on land and in water. They can be bicycles, cars, boats, and even military vehicles. There are also hovercrafts that have this capability. In many tourist destinations, amphibious buses are used to offer tours on both land and water, providing a unique experience for visitors.
The Nevis swing, the largest swing in the world, is located in Queenstown, New Zealand. Suspended at around 525 feet high, this thrilling swing reaches speeds of over 75 miles per hour.
Those brave enough to ride it can enjoy one of the most breathtaking views of the Nevis River Valley.
Meet Ingo, a Belgian Malinois shepherd dog, and Poldy, an owl. They are the most inseparable animals, as both are best friends. They are the pets of Tanja Brandt, a German photographer. Brandt has captured the friendship between these two animals in numerous photos that have moved many people.
The Sun formed approximately 4,600,000,000 years ago from a molecular cloud of gas and dust in space. As this cloud collapsed under its own gravity, the pressure and temperature at its core increased enough to initiate the nuclear fusion of hydrogen into helium, thus becoming a star, our Sun. The American Max Park, the legend of speedcubing, has already broken the iconic record for the fastest time solving a 3x3 cube. The 21-year-old achieved an astonishing time of 3.13 seconds, beating the previous record by 34 hundredths, which had been set by the Chinese cuber Yu Shengdu in 2018. The plant Ruellia tuberosa has a surprising mechanism for dispersing its seeds. When these seeds come into contact with water, they explode to spread out. This dispersal process ensures that the seeds have a greater chance of germinating in different areas, helping the species spread.
Studies have shown that zebra stripes can repel flies. The vision of flies is affected by the striped pattern of zebras, making it difficult for them to approach and bite them. This helps zebras avoid bites and the spread of insect-borne diseases in Africa.
Temu is an e-commerce platform founded in 2022 and operated by PDD Holdings. In a short time, it has grown rapidly and competes with giants such as Amazon and Mercado Libre. Colin Huang, founder of PDD Holdings, has used large discounts and a wide variety of products to popularize the platform. Temu is present worldwide and offers an attractive and accessible online shopping experience for users.
The first player to score a point in the history of the NBA was Oscar Schechtman of the New York Knicks. The first game of the league was played on November 1st, 1946, between the Toronto Huskies and the New York Knicks.
Sidecar racing is a motorsport in which two riders control a three-wheeled vehicle. One rider accelerates and brakes, while the other uses their body to balance and steer the vehicle. This sport is extremely dangerous due to high speeds and the need for perfect coordination between both riders to avoid accidents. Agility and skill are crucial for success in these thrilling competitions. According to food labeling regulations in many countries, an ice cream can only be labeled as vanilla ice cream if it contains natural essence from the vanilla plant. If an artificial flavoring is used instead, it must be labeled as vanilla-flavored ice cream. It is good advice to pay attention to the packaging the next time you buy one.
The tuxedo, also known as a dinner jacket, was popularized in the 1880s as a less formal alternative to the tailcoat. Originally designed by Henry Poole on Savile Row in London for the Prince of Wales, the tuxedo quickly became the preferred formal attire of high society. With its characteristic satin lapel and bow tie, the tuxedo remains a symbol of elegance and sophistication at formal events.
Louis Vuitton began in 1854 as a luxury trunk maker. Its founder, Louis Vuitton, was a master luggage craftsman who worked for Empress Eugénie de Montijo, wife of Napoleon III. His innovative flat-lid trunk design was revolutionary at the time because it made stacking them during transport easier. Today, the LV logo is one of the most counterfeited in the world, which has led the brand to employ specialized teams to combat knockoffs. In Greenland and Iceland, due to low temperatures and extreme cold, snakes cannot survive. For this reason, they are also absent in Antarctica. Ireland and New Zealand are other regions free of these reptiles, as they are islands that snakes cannot reach. These places are known for having environments inhospitable to snakes, ensuring that they cannot establish themselves there. The word stan comes from ancient Persian and means land. Therefore, country names such as Pakistan, Uzbekistan, and Afghanistan translate as land of the Pakistanis, land of the Uzbeks, and land of the Afghans, respectively.
The Dunning-Kruger effect reveals that less competent people tend to overestimate their abilities, while more intelligent or competent individuals often underestimate themselves. This illusion of greatness gives extra confidence to the less competent, which, although it does not always lead to success, does push them to take risks and venture into new opportunities.
The nurse shark, also known as Ginglimostoma serratum, is known for its calm and sedentary behavior. This shark can often be found on the seafloor, remaining still for long periods, due to its ability to breathe without needing to swim constantly. This species feeds by suctioning small crustaceans and other benthic organisms, which allows it to conserve energy. L'Oreal, founded in 1909 by the chemist Eugene Schweller, began as a small company that manufactured a hair dye called Oriel. Schweller developed his formula in his own laboratory in Paris and initially sold the product to hair salons. As the company grew, it began to diversify into cosmetics and beauty products, and today it is the largest cosmetics manufacturer in the world. In addition, L'Oreal is known for its commitment to research and innovation, investing a significant portion of its revenue in the development of new products.
In Japan, there are some peculiar samurai who are responsible for collecting garbage from the streets. Known as samurai garbage collectors, they walk through the streets of Japan picking up trash along the way. They perform their work with theatrical flair, shouting phrases such as "Who did this?" and "Punishment for those without morals." This is one of the most unusual spectacles you can witness on the streets of that country, combining entertainment with a message of environmental responsibility.
In Dubai, there is a complex of artificial islands shaped like a world map. Construction began in 2003, but to this day, only a few islands are occupied or operational, as things apparently did not go as planned. Some of these islands are even sinking, and others are completely abandoned. It is unknown whether the project will ever become what was once envisioned, but many investors lost millions of dollars because of it. In 1787, the American clockmaker Levi Hutchins invented the first personal alarm clock. However, this clock had a very peculiar feature. It could only ring at 4 in the morning. This was because the clock was designed with the intention of waking up early to fulfill work obligations, thus laying the foundation for the later development of increasingly sophisticated and versatile alarm clocks.
Sea lions are extremely social animals and have a highly developed communication system. They use a variety of sounds, from barks to growls and whistles, to communicate with other members of their group. This system allows them to coordinate activities, such as hunting and defending their territory. In Iceland, there are no mosquitoes or ants. Extreme climatic conditions and the biological cycle events prevent them from laying eggs in that climate. As for mosquitoes, only one has ever been found in all of Iceland, and it was during the 1980s.
An experiment at -321 degrees Fahrenheit, quantum levitation using liquid nitrogen. The compound of yttrium, barium, and copper oxides can be cooled until it becomes a superconductor, and a superconductor placed in a magnetic field exhibits astonishing behaviors. For this reason, it is easier to study distant planets than the ocean floor. The study of distant planets is carried out mainly through telescopes and space probes equipped with advanced instruments. These technologies allow scientists to observe planetary features and collect data across enormous distances. In comparison, the ocean floor presents significant technical challenges, such as extreme pressure and darkness, which make direct exploration at great depths much more difficult.
This is the only resort in the world where you can sleep surrounded by elephants. The Anantara Golden Chingma is the only 160-acre complex with transparent bubble-shaped suites from which you can see elephants in their natural habitat. The suites are located in the heart of the Thai jungle, so you can coexist with the animals without disturbing them. The resort allocates part of its profits to support the Golden Triangle Elephant Foundation, which works to help and rescue elephants in Asia.
During extremely cold winters, parts of Niagara Falls can appear frozen, with massive ice formations created by the constantly moving water and airborne spray. Although the water continues to flow underneath, the sight of the frozen falls is a memorable spectacle. This student created these astonishing solar panels from food waste. Karvi Maige invented a curious system called Aureus, which is designed to store solar energy even on cloudy days. These panels work with agricultural waste and can transform ultraviolet light into clean electricity that lasts up to 12 hours. He hopes his invention becomes widespread and helps bring more people together in the fight against climate change. USB, which stands for Universal Serial Bus, was developed in 1996 to standardize the connection of peripheral devices to computers. Before USB, connecting devices such as printers and cameras was a complicated process that often required multiple cables and adapters. The invention of USB greatly simplified this process, and since its launch, it has become the most common connector in electronic devices worldwide, facilitating data transfer and device charging.
The marble caves of Patagonia are spectacular marble caves that were formed by thousands of years of water erosion on calcium carbonate. The reflection of turquoise blue water on the wavy cave walls creates a stunning visual effect, making them one of the most photographed natural landscapes in the region.
In recent years, many barbers have begun offering beard painting services. This service can be used to fill in gaps in facial hair or even to paint a beard from scratch. It has gained popularity and become a recent trend, especially among those seeking a fuller and more well-groomed beard. This is Finn Jackson, a sculptor and artist of the ancient Japanese art of origami. With just a single sheet of paper and different folds, he creates beautiful masks that transport you to different moments in history. These masks reference characters or are simply created with the moments he is experiencing in mind.
If you are one of those people who say that retro games looked better in the past, you are not wrong. Old cathode ray tube televisions blurred the pixels, making video game graphics look smoother and less pixelated. This lighting effect improves the appearance of retro games compared to modern flat-screen televisions.
This used to be an old quarry where stone and other construction raw materials were extracted. When it stopped operating, people flooded it and placed some curious objects at the bottom, ranging from a school bus to a small airplane. An Austrian tailor named Franz Reichelt designed a special suit for falling and decided to test it from the Eiffel Tower on February 4, 1912. He jumped from a height of 187 feet, but his suit did not work as expected, and he fell to the ground, dying instantly. This tragic demonstration showed the risks of innovation in his time.
Every year, on the last weekend of August, the Redhead Days Festival takes place, an annual event that celebrates the beauty of red-headed people. Originating in the small city of Tilburg in the Netherlands, this festival has brought together thousands of red-headed people from around the world since 2005, with the goal of promoting acceptance and diversity. Admission to the festival is free, and it is not mandatory to be red-headed to attend. Filled with events throughout the weekend, the most notable of all is the group photo, in which only redheads may participate, breaking records every year. Due to the large attendance, this year is expected to be no exception. During the United States National Weightlifting Championships in June of 2024, Sissel Kyle, 40 years old, dislocated the middle finger of her left hand while competing. Incredibly, she straightened it back into place during the lift while holding nearly 198 pounds overhead. She completed the lift and took the championship home. Apparently, it is nothing new that cats steal people's food. Throughout the history of art, especially in the 17th and 18th centuries, several painters immortalized scenes of cats stealing food. These paintings show cats at the height of their mischief, stealing meat, fish, and other foods. Artists of that era found inspiration in these mischievous felines to depict everyday scenes with a touch of humor and realism. Wonderwork Cave in South Africa has been confirmed as the oldest cave inhabited by humans in the world. A team of geologists and archaeologists from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem and the University of Toronto found evidence of fire use and the production of simple stone tools inside the cave. This evidence suggests that the cave was inhabited by humans more than 1 million years ago. The discovery of large oil reserves in the Middle East at the beginning of the 20th century transformed the global economy. Countries such as Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and the United Arab Emirates went from being agriculture-based economies to becoming global economic powers thanks to black gold. Oil has not only generated wealth, but also conflicts and significant geopolitical changes in the region and around the world. The South Korean company Prinker has developed an innovative digital printer that allows people to temporarily tattoo the skin and also temporarily dye hair in a matter of seconds. This technology can decorate people's skin or hair. On May 26, 2023, Flight Radar 24 recorded the highest number of airplanes flying simultaneously in history, with more than 22,000 aircraft in the air at the same time. Grigory Perelman, a Russian mathematician, solved the Poincaré conjecture, one of the 7 millennium problems. Although he was awarded a $1 million prize by the Clay Mathematics Institute, Perelman rejected the money. He is known for his simple appearance and modest lifestyle, and has stated that he is happy that way. At the Rain restaurant in Dubai, a $1,000 steak covered with 24-karat edible gold sheets is served. This extravagant dish has caught the attention of many diners who are looking for a unique and luxurious dining experience. This packaging machine at the Duke's Mayonnaise factory moves so fast and at such a uniform speed that it creates this astonishing optical illusion. Sand from the Sahara Desert can cover the frozen mountains of the Pyrenees in Europe. This phenomenon, although rare, occurs when Saharan dust is transported by air currents from North Africa and travels across many miles. The sculpture known as Giant Eyeball is located in Dallas, Texas, and is a popular tourist attraction. It stands more than 29.5 feet tall and is the largest ice sculpture in the world. This sport, called combat juggling, combines juggling with fighting. Participants must keep hold of their own objects while trying to knock down those of their opponent. This exciting discipline requires skill, balance, and strategy. Brewmaster Beer Brewing Simulator is a video game developed by Auroch Digital and published by Fireshine Games. In this game, players learn how to brew beer, refine their techniques, and become master brewers. It is a realistic simulation where players experiment with recipes, ingredients, and processes to create the perfect beer. The smallest turtle in the world is Mexican and is called the Vallarta mud turtle. It has a size under 4 inches, a shell that is wider than it is tall, and males are characterized by having a dermal plate that looks like a yellow spot on their nose. They are also distinguished from females by their longer tail. This gator built an all-terrain skateboard. He is a YouTuber named Ivan Miranda who constructed a small vehicle similar to a longboard that can move even through mountainous terrain. For the creation of the skateboard, Ivan was inspired by tanks, using the same track-based wheel system that allows the object to move across any surface. The result was this monstrous skateboard that has gained popularity on social media for its innovative design. Meet the strange case of Xiao Kui, an 18-year-old boy who looks 80. He is a high school student who has a very unusual health condition. His skin and facial muscles are flexible, which makes him appear much older. Doctors still do not know the reason for this curious condition, because although his appearance is unusual, his health remains intact, making him similar to the fictional character Benjamin Button. A dog's sense of smell is thousands of times more sensitive than that of humans. Dogs have an extremely sharp sense of smell that allows them to detect odors at very low concentrations. They are trying to perform a variety of tasks based on this keen sense, such as detecting explosive substances or locating missing people. An average of 52.8 gallons of water are needed to produce 0.26 gallons of Coca-Cola. For every 0.26 gallons of Coca-Cola, the sugar it contains requires between 46.2 and 52.8 gallons of water. This fact highlights the environmental impact of producing sugary beverages. This is what tigons and ligers look like. They are hybrids born from the crossing of a tiger and a lion. A tigon results from breeding a male lion with a female tiger and has faint stripes and a smaller size than its parents, while a liger is the mix of a female lion and a male tiger and tends to be larger than its parents, with faint spots and a mixed temperament. These hybrids stand out for their rarity and unique genetics. This pencil shoots small pieces of paper on fire through the air. Its creators say it is not dangerous because the flame goes out almost immediately. Microsoft was founded in 1975 by Bill Gates and Paul Allen. The company began as a small project to create a basic interpreter for the first microcomputer, the Altair 8800. However, major success came in 1985 with the launch of Windows, an operating system that revolutionized personal computing. From that point on, Microsoft became the leader in the software market. In addition, Bill Gates was known for his unusual business approach. Instead of patenting all his innovations, he chose to license his software, which allowed him to expand his influence in the industry.
The Slanic salt mine, located in Prahova County, Romania, is one of the most impressive and visited in the country. It features underground chambers up to 177 feet high and an area of approximately 570,000 square feet. This underground marvel combines mining history with a unique environment, attracting both tourists and people seeking health treatments. Its constant temperature of 54 degrees Fahrenheit makes it a unique and fascinating place.
Musical roads were created to keep drivers within speed limits. These roads produce a melody when car tires pass over them at the correct speed. To build them, the asphalt is grooved in specific patterns that generate different sounds. This type of road can be found in several countries. To promote the horror movie Smile, Paramount Pictures carried out a very unusual and creepy marketing campaign. They hired actors to attend public events, such as baseball games and other sporting events, and smile sinisterly at people and cameras. In a city in Switzerland, chocolate rained from the sky. This was caused by a malfunction in the ventilation system of a chocolate factory. As a result, large amounts of cocoa particles were released into the air, and a strong gust of wind spread them throughout the city. Vehicles and houses were covered with a fine layer of chocolate, creating the first and only chocolate rain in history. Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse were married in real life. Not the animated characters, but the voice actors who brought them to life, Wayne Allwine and Russi Taylor. Despite their relationship, they kept their personal romance private so as not to influence how fans viewed Mickey and Minnie, who were never married in the cartoons.
Since 2010, there has been a church called the United Church of Bacon. It was founded by former Marine John Whiteside in Las Vegas and has more than 25,000 members around the world. They even have their own 8 bacon commandments, promoting a culture of humor and appreciation for this food.
The sky of our planet is blue due to a phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. Earth's atmosphere scatters sunlight in all directions, and because blue light has shorter wavelengths, it is scattered more than other colors. That is why when we look at the sky, we predominantly see the color blue. In space, without an atmosphere, light is not scattered, and the sky appears black because there are no particles to diffuse sunlight.
The Vulcan 2 3D printer developed by the company Icon uses a material called lavacrete, which is a semi-liquid concrete compound. This printer has proven capable of building homes of approximately 377 square feet in just 24 hours. In addition, the company claims that larger constructions can be completed in record time. Scientific studies have shown that stress can activate the sympathetic nervous system, which in turn can damage the hair follicles responsible for producing hair color. When we are under pressure, a chemical is released that alters the level of pigment reserved for our hair, which can lead to the appearance of gray hair.
Lichens are symbiotic organisms formed by an association between a fungus and an alga or cyanobacterium. This relationship allows them to survive in extreme environments, from the cold Arctic to hot and dry deserts. Their ability to colonize surfaces where other forms of life could not thrive makes them incredibly resilient. The first product Sony manufactured was a wooden electric rice cooker in 1946. The company was founded by Masaru Ibuka and Akio Morita under the name Tokyo Tushin Kogyo, and its first product was a rice cooker that, although it was not very successful, marked the beginning of the company.
According to recent data, New York is the city with the highest number of millionaires worldwide. In addition, New York also leads the list of cities with the most billionaires, those with a net worth of more than $1 billion, surpassing cities such as Hong Kong and San Francisco. In the 1920s, Walt Disney created a cartoon character that was initially going to be called Mortimer Mouse. However, Disney's wife Lillian thought the name sounded too serious and suggested Mickey Mouse as a friendlier and catchier alternative. The choice of his name was a crucial moment that contributed significantly to Disney's cultural legacy.
Diabetes occurs when the body cannot manage blood sugar properly. In type 1 diabetes, the immune system destroys the insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. In type 2 diabetes, cells become resistant to insulin or do not produce enough of it. The result is excess sugar in the blood, which can cause various health problems.
Meet Obi, a dachshund who suffered from obesity and managed to get back in shape. He came to weigh more than 55 pounds due to irresponsible feeding by his previous owner. Thanks to his new owner, Obi lost 44 pounds in 1 year by following a diet and exercise regimen. He also underwent surgeries to remove excess skin.
The pufferfish contains a toxin called tetrodotoxin, which is one of the most powerful neurotoxins known and is 100 times more toxic than cyanide. This toxin can withstand the cooking process and is found in many Eastern dishes, especially in Japan. Wonder of the Seas is currently the largest cruise ship in the world. This gigantic Royal Caribbean vessel has a length of approximately 1,188 feet and a capacity for more than 6,000 passengers. It offers luxurious accommodations and a wide variety of activities, including a water park, an ice skating rink, and an aquatic theater. Its size is so impressive that it feels like a floating city, redefining what it means to sail with style and comfort.
The term sandwich comes from the English nobleman John Montagu, the 4th Earl of Sandwich, who used to ask for meat between 2 slices of bread so he would not have to interrupt his card games. Others began ordering the same thing as sandwich, and that is how the name for this preparation came about. Over time, the term became generalized to refer to any similar food.
The peregrine falcon can reach speeds of up to 242 miles per hour during its dive, which is its hunting method. The impact of a falcon at that speed allows it to capture its prey with great effectiveness, often before they even realize it is approaching. Its great speed combined with its sharp talons makes it one of the most impressive hunters in the animal kingdom. Leeches move on land using a looping motion, using their suckers to anchor themselves and then propel forward. Singapore is known for being one of the cleanest cities in the world, thanks to its strict laws against pollution and littering. Residents and tourists must follow rules such as not chewing gum in public, not throwing trash in the street, and not smoking in non-designated areas. In addition, the government invests in environmental education and cleaning programs, maintaining its image as a modern and environmentally respectful city.
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe so you don't miss more interesting content. Leave your comments and click on any of these videos. See you next time.